Hey, welcome back to 50 Shades of Blonde. I'm Missy Day.
Jill Branson.
And we have a special guest with us, but before we talk about her, we're going to do a commercial for one of our sponsors. You all know Jody Zanifsky.
Mm-hmm.
She is the Touch Tone Crystals of Swarovski.
Swarovski. Yes. Say that fast.
Yeah, say it again. And so she provides us with lots of pretty bling jewelry. And we just want to shout out to her and thank her so much for being a sponsor of 50 Shades of Blonde. We love her very much.
Yes.
So, hey, Jody, thank you for always
Thank
sharing
you.
your beautiful jewelry with us. Now, ta-da! So,
Yes.
this beautiful woman
Yes.
right here.
And is that the camera up there? Is that
Yes,
that funny
this is-
thing?
you wanna look right there.
It looks like the movie that had the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does. You're
does,
right.
yes.
It's E.T.
E.T. Phonom. So, Sophia Falke, Embracing Greatness International, is one of my favorite women
Thank you.
because she is a hoot and a half. And let me just say this, she's an Ivy League girl. She's traveled all over and then some. And she just wrote a book, and
I
it's
did.
ready and it's here. Give me a book.
Well, I'm going to give each of you a
Oh,
book.
I'm so excited.
Yay!
So I have Missy wait here, Jill,
Thank you. I'm so excited.
and here, Missy, and actually we should hold it up so everybody can
Yes,
see
and a
it.
beautiful
Yes,
book.
yes.
Beautiful
to
book.
go
Thank
with
you.
it.
Thank you.
So I am just so excited that you're here and that you're on the show and that this book is done. You have no
Yes.
idea. I'm so excited.
Yes,
So tell us about the book, why you wrote the book,
I wrote the book.
and what you're doing now. Because I know you're doing great things.
Thank you. No, I'm having fun. I wrote the book because there's a lot that I've learned over the years, and it was time to share it. Also, as Missy knows, I get very frustrated with people when they keep suppressing how wonderful they are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason to do that. You know, we've been should upon so much in this society of ours that we think we have to be less than we truly are. So this book is inviting people to embrace their own greatness. And it's a tool to give to people that I'll never meet.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it'll be an introduction to people who would like to work with me directly. Because it is great fun to work with my clients because I get to be their cheerleader, and this is the last thing I ever wanted to be as a child was a cheerleader. However, that's what I'm doing now is cheerleading people and offering them the tools so that they can really take their lives to the next level, that they can have fun, and that they create a better world for all of us,
Exactly.
you know. So
So Sophia is so kind to me all the time. So every time I have an event, she's there and she's speaking, and I always tell her that I want her to tell the same story all the time. And I'm sure you get sick of telling it, but she has a story in the book about going to Alaska with her mother. That and if you ever get a chance to hear her, she's going to be speaking at What's Your Story in January. And so, what are you going to talk to us about in January?
I guess I'm going to talk about going to Alaska with with my 75-year-old mother. She left that out. My mother was 75 at the time, and I was 42, 3 at the time when I took my mother, and we traveled 10,000 miles from Tucson, Arizona up to the Arctic Circle in Alaska. It was my mother's first camping trip. And I did it. See, this is why another reason I had to write the book is when I did it is because I was so miserable at the job I had. Mind you, it was a good job, and there were good people around me, and it no longer was mine to do. And I left it with nothing waiting for me, which is totally crazy. And I was looking for something that I would love to do, and I love to travel. So it came to my mind to go to Alaska. And I invited my mother along. And my mother loved to travel. She was the kind, if you said, "Ma, would you like to?" She'd be at this door with the suitcase all packed, and she goes, "What's taking you so long?" And we would go off on an adventure. So that's what we did. I never thought that it would have an impact on anyone when I did it. And this is part of the message I'm trying to get across in Embracing Greatness, because I used to think I had to be a Mother Teresa or a Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr. or any one of these amazing people who have transformed the world. And the thing is, we each transform the world every time we live authentic, loving lives.
I love that.
In taking my mother on this trip, and thank you, because you're one of the ones who really caught the passion of that story, I've impacted more lives telling about that experience, talking about going out when I needed to, and not having a net to catch me. And I'm doing that now also. I mean, I left my ministry because I was a church minister, and I left there building this new adventure for myself so that I could serve others and broaden the impact of the word, which is you all deserve. You all deserve to have a better life and a fun life and an abundant life. So that's what I'm doing through this.
Amen, sister.
Well, I have to say, one of the things that you said that is resonating with me is that it's never too late, ever.
Ever. No.
And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm not a spring chicken anymore either.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I'm going to keep following whatever it is. If I have a feeling I want to do something, I don't care how old I am. I'm gonna do
Oh, that's it. Yes, I'm 70 now, and there are people say, "Oh, don't talk about the number." It's a number. That's all it is. It's a,
Right,
number,
it's a number.
and there's still more that I want to do. Someone else at 70 wants to sit at home and bounce their grandchildren on their knee, or go, to play cards, or do whatever, or volunteer
Good
work.
for them.
This is what I want to do. And it's very personal. So, and it doesn't matter what age that you are. Was it Grandma Moses? Was she in her 90s or something when she started painting?
Right.
And look what a difference she's made in the world. And
Right.
again, that's an example. So it's just a number, and we're always reinventing ourselves if we're still alive.
Right.
So one thing you said that caught my attention that I really like is when you were talking about your job and it no longer served you, right?
Yes.
So what would you say to somebody that's in a place where they're no longer being served by what they're doing? How do they get out of that?
One of the things is to start looking at what would you love? What would you absolutely love? And it's a question nobody asked me. Throughout my life, no one really said, what would you love? They'd say, oh, what career path would you like? Or they would tell me what probably I should be doing. They never said, what would you love? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What would I love? And in the four main areas: your relationships. What would you love in your relationships? What would you love in your finances? Time and money freedom, because money also equals freedom. They say money can't buy you happiness. Well, it sure helps. It gives you the freedom to do what you would love to
So
do.
true.
In your career, your vocation, what would you love? And what would you love in your physical vitality? And once you start getting in touch with that and you create that vision for yourself, now I call it a future memory, in essence, because our minds really don't know the difference between what's real, or our subconscious between what's real and what we've made up. And we see that on the news all the time. And especially with the internet now, there is so much out there that is untrue, and people believe it.
Right.
So create what you would love, whether it's true now or not, and then you start building the cellular memory, and you start becoming that person. And whether it's with your job now, I've been able to just walk away from jobs with nothing waiting for me. Some people, they're supporting families, and that's
Right.
not a reality. However, if you start getting in touch with what you would really love, and you start becoming that person, and think in terms of what can I do in 5 minutes? I mean, the power of 5 minutes. We often think, oh, I've got to kill to 5 minutes. The thing is, no, I can do certain things in 5 minutes that will take me closer to my dream. And when you start doing that, then truly the universe hears you. They say, oh my goodness, she's serious or he's serious about creating this new life. I'm going to bring all the resources necessary so that you can do this. And it seems like a miracle. And the thing is, you're the miracle because you have shifted your way of thinking. Instead of that I'm without power, that I'm a victim, you become the victim and you take control of your life and you create the life you would love.
Wow, I have goosebumps. And so, even though your information is at the bottom of the screen, how can people get a hold of you?
Probably the easiest way is to email me, and that's Sophia@embracinggreatness.com. And I think that's at the bottom of the screen. Yes, that would be the best way. And what I offer also, I would love to come speak to your group. I would love to speak to you. And the book is available on Amazon, and very simple, Embracing Greatness, a guide for living the life you love. Yes, I should bring up mine too.
Yes, hold your
Power
book.
of Three. Power of Three. And the tools are in here, but the thing is, having someone. Well, you're a coach. You understand that the power of having someone there to support you when you have questions, when you have doubts, because we all have doubts.
Absolutely.
And just giving that support. So please invite me to talk to your group, and I would love to come out and meet with you because this is fun for me. This is absolute fun
Well,
for me.
you can certainly tell you're passionate about
Yes,
it. That's for sure when
definitely.
you're talking about it. So I want to thank you again for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you so much. And
My joy.
we'll be right back.
Yeah.